Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Citadel. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas to one and all and everyone across the world. Whether you celebrate Christmas or not, on this day, I am wishing you blessings, blessings, and more blessings. You don't know the thing already, especially if you support the Citadel, especially if you're a Vendetta fan, if you're a Vendetta supporter, Hush Move, Full Torture. This one right here, people, is a citadel reasoning. A citadel reasoning. I mean, I tell you, say a Christmas gift to you, the viewers. If you enjoy more, you hit the like button, when you drop a comment, drop a comment, drop a comment, and more comments, share this with everybody. The podcast are some different thing we are reasoning about right now. Dancehall, Alkaline, and the Christmas gift. And you hear me, I say, people, up over to Alka Vlogs. If you're not up over there already, over Alka Vlogs, more you check out that the Christmas gift there. A mad thing, hush move, full touch. Let's go. I mean, I say big up to everybody we are tuning in right now. You're locked into the Citadel. Blessings and respect once again. Ladies and gentlemen, dancehall, dancehall, dancehall. That's the topic. How can we make dancehall better? Or we can get the youths them to rise to the occasion and take dancehall to the next level. Ladies and gents, yeah, easier said than done. Easier said than done. But you hear me I say, the blueprint is there, you know. The blueprint is there, at least the foundation. So if the artists them can use the blueprint and build the foundation, then they can use it as a stepping stone so them can further them endeavors into this music industry. Of recent, me see whole heap of artists a come out, whole heap of artists a talk. Me see Sean Paul a say no king there in a dancehall right now. Basically, to surmise what he's saying, right now, nobody now really hold it down or now really take dancehall to the levels that they're supposed to be taking dancehall. So right now, him not see no king. And that's fine. That's fine. We see TJ attack up the things them where him say basically the youths them need to go out there, them need to stop worry about the money, them need to do promo shows, them need to get out there, them need to push one song or two song, keep pushing till them get out there upon the international market. It can't be about the local market, it can't just be about the Caribbean islands, one show here and there. He must say, listen, you have to push it, push it, push it. And I'm listening to everybody. I'm listening to everyone speaking about the music industry, what you should do and what them suggesting and all of these things. And I'm like, okay, me go talk to the people them today. Me go give the people them the blueprint because Alkaline are the blueprint. But me go break down some aspects about Alkaline, why he is the blueprint and why artists will follow that blueprint. Yeah. Long story short, if you don't know the history of the dancehall superstar Alkaline man himself, boy, me no know if I tell you. But me go put it short. Alkaline, Earl and Barley, dancehall artist. You can hit the Wikipedia if you don't know. Artists came into the game at a young age. This year makes 10 years Alkaline has been in the industry. And over that 10 year, he has solidified himself as an independent artist that does his thing locally and abroad. You understand what me I say? He has built his brand. Alkaline and his sister Karina Beckford, Kerry Berry, have created something amazing. You understand me? This blueprint, the way them go about them business, everything about man himself, from the artist to the business, or him carry himself, or him doing business, or them strategize, or them execute, everything is fantastic. And with that said, we are going to talk about the blueprint and what artists can do, how them can adapt some of what Alkaline have been doing, how them can establish themselves and build that foundation where them can rise to the occasion for take it even higher. As I said, long story short, Alkaline used to be an artist signed to Carbon Records back in the day when he first came into the industry. It wasn't working out how he intended. He wasn't seeing revenues like he was expecting. He was doing shows, he was popular, he's doing things, but he wasn't seeing the income. And when he inquired about it, the answers he got, he wasn't very impressed. He didn't like those answers. Therefore, he cut ties with his management. And when other, labels, other people tried to sign him said no. Him link up with his sister, fresh out of college. And, she became his manager ever since then. And from him do that, It's been upward, 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 up and up. That's the trajectory for Alkaline's brand. That's the trajectory for Alkaline's movement. For me, man, them sisters say them are gonna do them own thing and them go through the struggle, them go through it, them learn the industry and them build them brand, solidify themselves in the thing right now. Ladies and gentlemen, they're a powerhouse, a force to be reckoned with. Earl and Bartley and Kerry are doing big things. They've kept two major shows in Jamaica talking about New Rules 2017 and New Rules 2022. And we're looking forward to New Rules 2024. They've kept New Rules in Florida, New Rules in New York. They continue to establish their brand more and more with each passing day. Countless shows, the artists doing countless shows across the world. They continue to build the catalog, the artist catalog, releasing New Level Unlock, releasing Top Prize in 2021, releasing Ripple Effects in 2022. They continue to build a brand, build a catalog, and just keep on doing what they're doing with each passing day, getting out there more and more, just building and solidifying the brand overall. All right, all right. I'm hoping that's enough for the backstory. If you not get it, if you not understand fully, as I said, you just have to go do some research on Alkaline and Karina Beckford. At that time, I can say new rules, new era. You don't know the thing already. The whole thing. Autobahn Records, just do the research if you don't know. So moving along, ladies and gentlemen, to the artists them right now. Some key pointers I have for them. Very important. So pull out on a pen on a paper and make sure now write down this information. Because this information is very, very important. Critical information. And you want to make sure you're paying attention. Number one, branding. Branding, image, and conduct. Branding, image, and conduct. Listen to me. That's number one. Branding, image, and conduct. So let me explain to y'all what I mean by branding, image, and conduct. Branding. Each artist have to understand that they are the brand. You are the brand. The artist, you. So let's say it's Alkaline. Alkaline is the brand. So Earl and Bartley is the artist. His artist name is Alkaline, but he is the brand. He is the product. Not just the music. The artist is the product. So everything about the artist has to say business. Everything about the artist has to say, yes, marketable, representable, important notes. So the image is very important. How the artists carry themselves, how them dress, how them talk. Everything about them, the aesthetics about them is very important. Their social media, everything what them do is under a microscope because people are always watching. Brands that want to associate with other brands are watching. So anybody looking to invest, any labels, anybody that's looking to running, everyone is looking. The fan, not just the fans, media, everybody's watching. Critics are watching, haters are watching, fans are watching. So everything the artist do, the brand is very important. You have to protect the brand. You have to brand yourself and protect your brand. Your image and how you conduct yourself is vital, critical to how people see you and how serious they take you and your brand. If your brand is not approachable, if your brand is looking like, water don't look like, take your thing serious, it look like you're all over the place, you don't carry yourself good, you carry yourself like a bum, you cuss bad word, you carry on like a lunatic day in and day out, you up on social media all over the place, a comment here, so a comment there, so you just brand yourself properly. If you don't set yourself up for success, you're setting yourself up for failure. So at the end of the day, if your brand is not appealing, no one is gonna invest in you. No one is gonna work with you. No one is gonna care to take the time to even understand you because your image or your conduct yourself. I see dancehall artists out here. I tell people, say them a bad man, them a gunman, and yes, they're trying to have this bad man image, but for branding, that don't look good. Who's gonna approach you? You're a bad man, you're a killer, you're linked with top killers and this and that. Who's gonna want to do business with you? You're bad for business. Your image is bad for business. Are you an actor? Or are you a hitman? What are you? So image is very important. How you carry yourself, how you conduct yourself, all of that is important for branding. So as I said, number one, branding, image, and conduct. People, if you don't set yourself up for success, you're gonna set yourself up for failure. So me I tell you right here, right now, your brand have to look spick and span. It have to look approachable. So you have to make sure say your picture them clean. You have to make sure say your image clean. Also, when I say your image and your branding, it's not just what you do in public, it's also what you do in private. Because at the end of the day, your private relationship can mess up your public, your business, everything. For example, Jonathan Majors, his relationship, his fight with his, girlfriend caused him to lose everything. I mean, he got fired from Marvel. Disney got rid of him, ladies and gentlemen. He was the major villain from Marvel Phase 5 and onward, playing Kang, TV series, movies to come. And he got into a fight with his girlfriend and she pressed charges. And this man lost it all. That is how crazy it is. You have to protect yourself and protect your brand because he did not protect his brand. He did not. And he left himself wide open for an attack that wiped him out. So I can tell you for a fact, it's not just you, it's also who you link with, who you're friends with, who you associate with, who you sleep with. Yes, who you choose to be with. All of that. All of that can impact your branding. So if you don't take your thing serious, you have some wild woman in your life or some wild man around you, anything them do can and will be used against you when it comes to your branding. I assure you. Number two, representation. Representation. I'm talking about management. I'm talking about PR. I'm talking about your public relations team. People who are going to be speaking for you. People who are helping to strategize your business, representing you, whether it's going to brands, advertisers, whether it's bookings, whether it's just dressing in general. The individuals who control you, as in they're your handlers, your management, your agents, they're your handlers, and you are their brand, the brand that they represent, right? So at the end of the day, making sure that you are at your best, you're doing your best is their goal, because when you do great, they do great. If you do bad, they do bad. So at the end of the day, your team, these individuals representing you, you are their main focus, not somebody else. Do not get representation that have focus on other people. Don't have a manager that is managing other people and not focusing on you. You want to make sure that you are the main focus. So your management team, your PR team, these individuals should be all focused on you, not on other people. Because if they focus on other people, then they're not focusing on you. But the representation is essential, because at the end of the day, you can see where artists are talk when they should not be talking. Artists are issue statements when they should not be issuing statements. They are on social media talking, they're doing lives, they're going all over saying stuff. They're not prepped properly. They don't have the proper written statements where you sit down with your PR team, proper statements are written. You're reading, like when a president go to make a speech, or a congressperson, you notice people tend to have speeches when they're speaking. Why do they have speeches? Whether they write their speech or not. The point is this: it's a set speech. You may veer off of it a bit, but you want to stick to these pointers to make sure you don't make a mistake and say something you're not supposed to say. Do you understand? Because anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of public opinions. And when it comes to your branding, what you say is essential. You may say something about the LGBTQ community that may destroy your branding. You may say something anti-Semitic. And sometimes you have to bear in mind that not everything you think is good to say. And that is why it's important to have proper representation. You might be the greatest singer, you might be the greatest actor, you might be the greatest performer, the greatest writer, but it doesn't mean you're the greatest at representing yourself. at speaking to media, at knowing what to say at any given time. You might not be the greatest at communicating with other brands, knowing what the legalities are, knowing what you can say, know what you're signing. That's why you have lawyers. That's why you have a team around you. It's essential to have proper representation. So from agents to lawyers, because obviously lawyers are essential. That representation cannot be underscored, because at the end of the day, these contracts have to be read over. Proper representation. You need lawyers that is gonna read these contracts, all these fine print, and explain every single detail to you, so you understand what every phrase, every clause, everything mean. Also, you need money representation. You need an accountant, someone to oversee your money, to make sure money management is being done properly, cash is being allocated properly, taxations, everything are being deducted properly, everything being accounted for, the budgets have to be right. Oh my God, people, it is not as simple as you think. If you're a business, the artist is the business, right? So when the artist is the business, accounting is important. Just like in any corporate business, any business, accounting is important, legal is important, representation across the board is important, management is important. So an artist is, as a brand, as a business, is the same thing. All of these are key factors, key pointers, essentials. Number three, exclusivity. Exclusivity. Honestly, a lot of artists, they don't understand the exclusivity. They don't understand the importance of exclusivity. They don't understand the importance of making sure you're not everywhere. You can't be everywhere. And when you do participate, when you do actively take a contract, it has to have meaning. It has to have value to it. Because at the end of the day, if you get booked for a show for $5,000, people talk. So if a promoter book an artist for $5,000, and the artist took it because of friendship or whatever the case is, the artist took it. I don't even know. I can't explain it, but they do these things from time to time. Stupidity, as I said. So you take a small amount of money, whether it's because of friendship or exposure, whatever reason. No, it's floating around that you took $5,000 for a show. So when you go to hacks for 50,000 for a show, guess what? They already heard you took 5,000 for a show, so they don't want to pay you that. Why would they want to pay you that? If they know you're willing to take 5,000, no one is going to want to pay you 50,000. You have to make it so that you're exclusive, in the sense that, listen, it's best you make a contract where you do a show straight up for free, rather than do the show for a low amount of money. See, you have to be smart about that, because you don't want that attached to your name. You don't want it be a case where people can say you took a small amount of money. It's best that people have you as an artist that overcharge rather than undercharge. If you're not booked for it, do not go looking for it. Simply, if you're not booked for a show, please do not show up. Unless it's an important event where you're invited and you're a special guest. You should not be popping up at random events. You should not just be randomly popping up on social media, randomly doing interviews. I have seen where artists go on interviews. They don't have an album, they don't have a show, they are not promoting anything, but they're on an interview to be on an interview, because they're like, oh, it's exposure. I can get seen, I can get heard, and it's like, well, you do realize you're looking stupid right now, because you should not be on an interview unless you're promoting something. If you're not there to promote, then why are you there? If you don't have a product that you're actually promoting and selling, marketing, you should not be on that interview. You should not be randomly going about the place. Don't pop up randomly. Don't go on random interviews. Don't be on social media. Don't be at every party. Don't be common. Be exclusive. You have to understand, say them lucky when them see you. Them lucky when them see you. Them have to pay if they see you. You not show up for free. Oh my God, it's so simple. Number four, business. Business. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a business. And you're going to treat it like a business, as a business. You're not going to treat it as friendship. You're not going to treat it as family. You're going to treat it as business. When artists link up in a studio, them conversate and they say stuff like, yeah man, me could do that song, yeah, me could do this, do that verse, yeah, do that hook, yeah. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, they can say that. But at the end of the day, they might even go as far as to record the project. But here's the kicker. That project cannot go out unless it's signed off on. Business, business, business. No matter these hip hop artists, these American artists that are signed to labels, signed to these companies, they can go and record songs with you. But can you put it out? Can you get the clearance? Can you? You have to pay for it. It's business, business, business. And you should be thinking about that. You should be focused on that. Business, business, business. If it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. So at the end of the day, if your bridging link you for you do dub plate or book shows at a discounted price, that's a no-go. You should not be doing stuff like that. You should be having your price list, going through your proper management, through the proper channel, and everything should be done above board. Business, business, business. Your bridging them come to you, yo dog, more put up on a show, yeah? Talk to my management team, my booking agent. Oh, more you do a drop or a jingle, talk to my management team, talk to my agent. I want you to come pass through at this party. It's my birthday. Talk to my management team, talk to my agent. And they are the, what you would say, the bulldogs. And make sure your management team and your booking agent, they're bulldogs. Make sure they're bulldogs. Make sure they're hungry hounds, merciless. Make sure they are merciless. Do not get walkover to represent you. Because if you have walkovers, you're going to get walkover. Because if your representation is weak, then you're weak. Make sure you have some Rottweilers, some people that are beastie, that people know they don't even come unless they're coming money, and be like Shabba Ranks. You want to have a image like Shabba Ranks. Shabba. Basically, what it is, if you call Shabba Ranks and you tell Shabba Ranks you like to book him for a show, and Shabba give you a price. Let's say Shabba told you 200,000 US dollars. And you're like, Shabba, me no know 200,000. All right, me I make two call and link you back. You call back Shabba the next day, you might hear 250,000. You might hear 300,000. The fact is this, when Shaba give you that price, if you don't take that price, the next time you call back, you might get a larger price. Number 5, ladies and gentlemen, number 5, strategy and goals. You have to know your business strategy. You have to know your business goals. You have to set your goal. Once you have set your goals, set your goal. You know your destination. How are you going to get to your destination? Once you have identified your goals, so now you know where you're trying to go, you know what you're trying to do. Next thing to do is to strategize how you're going to get there. So you have to, your team, you and your team have to come together and create strategies. Strategies to how you can get to strategize how you can get to your goal. So you have to plan it out, people. Planning is essential. Planning and execution. So you create your plans and you execute. And you learn from your mistakes, and you also learn from your success. You can also learn from other people trial and error. You can learn from other people mistakes as well. And so it's important to have strategies. It's important to have goals. It goes hand in hand. You have to know what you do. If you don't know what you do, then if you're blind, if you walk blind, you can't go through life, you can't go through the business, you can't go through this thing blind. Like, well, I don't know what me I do. Some artists get up every day looking for some miracle, for someone to come and save them, looking for a great hope, for someone to come and sign them and bring them to stardom and fame and riches. And it's like, really? Yo, while you did your wait, you could not work. You understand me? Yeah, you have to find out what you want to do, where you want to go, and how you're going to get to that destination. And for some people, it might be getting a job or getting multiple jobs. What does it take to get there? If you take finances, you might have to take a loan out. You might have to get jobs. You might have to, get a grant. You have to try. You have to figure it out. But you can't wish upon a star. You cannot be wishing upon a star. Number six, last but not least, you need a fan base. You need to create and cultivate a fan base. Ladies and gents, I know. It's not an easy road. It's not easy to create a fan base. Wow, it's one of the hardest thing to get people to identify with you, buy into you. Because a person can love your music, but they don't buy into you. They don't love you, they don't rate you, they don't idolize you. How do you get people to buy into you? Well, ladies and gentlemen, oftentimes it's simple. You just have to be yourself. You have to be yourself, but also you have to package yourself properly, because you can be yourself, but if the people don't understand who you are, what you stand for, it's going to be hard for them to identify with you, for them to idolize you, for them to want to know more about you. You have to be interesting. You have to package yourself, as I said from the get go, from number one. See, it goes back to number one. If you have done all these things right, then you will be able to build a fan base. Because when people start to idolize you, when people start to buy into you, it's for you to build upon that. Or you're gonna build on top of it. And let's say you get one person to love and idolize you. Oh, do you get more? Oh, do you get more? That's it right there. Always, and not just getting them. How do you keep them? Because you can get the fun them, but if you're not give them the music, or you're not giving them what is needed for them to stick around, what are you gonna be doing to keep them coming back? Keep them coming back. You need substance. You have to be that substance. Your brand, your music, everything about you have to be that for them, that brings them back year after year after year. Even for artists who have died and gone many years ago, people still buying into their image, buying into their music, their product, their brand, years after years after years. Bob Marley, Rastafari, people around the world still buying into the reggae, to the Rasta, to Bob Marley. You see people buying Bob Marley face and hair and Rasta thing, hats and everything. People just buy clothing with Bob Marley on it. Bob Marley is a brand to the point where people, one of the most recognizable brand across the world is Bob Marley, bro. Bob Marley. You know, crazy and amazing that is. But anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, I know, long podcast. What a Christmas gift. I hope y'all enjoyed. I didn't know exactly what I was gonna do. Sat down and thought about it for a while, and I said I wanted to do something epic for y'all. So hopefully this is epic enough. I want to say love and respect, Merry Christmas to one and all, everyone that's watching right now. Drop a comment. Hope you enjoy, and to all the artists, them hope y'all taking notes and take these pointers, use them as your foundation. You know what I'm saying? All of these things I spoke about is what Alkaline and his team has been doing, and they excel at it. So, I'm not saying to be independent. I am not saying to be Alkaline. I'm not saying to sing or make music like Alkaline. I'm just saying business strategy, focus. Take the blueprint, make something of it. Love and respect. Touch and never stop. I'm out.